Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah with the Beth Israel Rabbi. This past Shabbat, we read Parshat B'Shalach. And just as we were reading Parshat B'Shalach, a terrorist broke into a synagogue known as Congregation Beth Israel in Texas and took 4 people, including the rabbi, hostage. It took many hours, but finally, all 4 of the hostages were freed. Thankfully, they all got out okay. Physically, 100% safe in the end. We actually sent out a special email praying on their behalf. And thankfully, we can say that those prayers came to fruition. That event took place on the same morning in which we read the Torah portion, in which the Israelites were not only freed after many, many years of slavery and captivity, but in which they also made it across the Yam Suf and celebrated that freedom. Miriam and Moses led the Israelites in song and in dance, celebrating their newfound redemption. This week, we read Parshat Yitro. And in this week's Torah portion, the text tells us that the Israelites learned that they are going to receive the Torah. And they are told, you saw the miracles that were bestowed upon you. Rashi says that it wasn't that you heard about the miracles and that you learned about those miracles, but that you saw them yourself with your own eyes. And now that you are receiving Torah, you have special responsibilities. Responsibilities to God, responsibilities to your fellow Jews, and responsibilities to the entire humanity of the world. Because we know what it means to be captive, because we know what it means to face the type of anti-Semitism that occurred not only this past Shabbat, but way too often in our history, and we are free today, we have an obligation to ourselves and to others to remember where we have been, to remember that we have the blessing of freedom today, to ensure that we do all that we can to appreciate that freedom that we have, to fight anti-Semitism and hatred, and to make this world a better place. I want to encourage you to join us in our freedom here in synagogue. And I know that this is a challenging time and we might be a little frightened, in fact, very frightened. But for those of us who feel comfortable coming, please come, be part of our community. And you can see that I'm sitting in our ballroom that is open to the sanctuary and to the chapel so that we can all come and feel safe and secure on Shabbat and even on weekdays. I look forward to seeing you here at Congregation Beth Israel or online. Shabbat Shalom.